Well, good morning, everyone. One of the central commitments of PlaNYC, our long-term agenda for a greener, greater New York, has been to upgrade and transform 8 parks around the city into regional destination parks. And our goal is to provide the green open spaces, recreational opportunities, and natural beauty that attract not only local residents, but also visitors from the 5 boroughs and beyond. All 8 of these projects bring the transformational power of parks to the neighborhoods where it's needed the most, while helping us ensure that every New Yorker lives within a 10-minute walk of a park or green space, one of the commitments we made many years ago. The new and improved Rockaway Park that we're unveiling today makes a big step forward in this effort. The beaches and boardwalks of the Rockaways have drawn New Yorkers and tourists for generations, but lack of investment led this section of our seashore to deteriorate and fall far short of its promise as a recreational destination. 2 years ago, this park was an underutilized strip. The area where we are now, for example, included a 2.5-acre abandoned parking lot, and the eastern end of the park was similarly lackluster and underused. So while the park bordered a magnificent waterfront, it wasn't fulfilling its potential as a neighborhood and regional treasure. And in order to find out the best way to fulfill that potential, we asked local residents and community groups. And I think it's fair to say the new park reflects the priorities that they cited as most important. It features great new facilities like the playground and comfort station you see here, a 15,000 square foot skate park, new handball and basketball courts, a climbing wall, and an outdoor performance space, as well as newly planted lawns for recreation and public events. Like the other regional parks that are part of PlaNYC, Rockaway Park enhances the long-term sustainability of our city. For example, the park's permeable surfaces will help reduce stormwater runoff into the bay and ocean. And we've also planted scores of new trees here, helping us gain further towards the goal of million trees NYC. And we've taken measures to protect and enhance the natural habitats and coastal dunes that make the Rockaways so special. Thanks to a $30 million city investment, more New Yorkers and visitors will be drawn to the park and the historic communities around it, and that means more young people learning to care for our city's natural heritage, more New Yorkers of all ages enjoying sports and outdoor activities, more visitors supporting local businesses, and more outside investment in the future of this community. The park's renovation was driven by another central goal of PlaNYC, to restore and reinvigorate our city's waterfronts. We've made major investments in waterfront improvements around the city, from the Hudson River to the Bronx River to both sides of the East River, and that not only meant new parks and conservation measures, it has also included economic development initiatives like waterfront rezoning and ferry service that are attracting new private sector investments. And we're particularly excited about what's happening here in the Rockaways and in Jamaica Bay. The city has signed, as you know, a management agreement with the National Park Service to unify the parkland around the city into one grand public park. And this agreement will bring benefits to the bay and surrounding communities: cleaner water and restored natural landscapes, more recreational opportunities, and better public access. And I want to thank the government and community partners who share our commitment to the Rockaways, including Borough President Helen Marshall, Assembly Member Phil Goldfeder, who's with us today, and Jean Dupont of the Rockaway Waterfront Alliance. So let me first start with the Parks Commissioner, Adrian Benepe, and he can tell you a little bit about what was here and what is here. Adrian?
Thank you very much, Mayor Bloomberg, and thank you.
Good to see you again.
This is a really great day for the Rockaways. When I was a kid, used to have to go to Jones Beach to find a great clean beach, a place to swim, and really nice recreational amenities next to the beach. And I would have to say that this park here in Far Rockaway is for the 21st century what Jones Beach was for the early 20th century. It's just a spectacular transformation. I don't need to tell the neighborhood residents what this used to look like when it was just an abandoned empty lot and full of illegal dumping. And then here and further down between Beach 9th and Beach 17th Street, where we've built the other playground, the skate parks, the court sports, the amphitheater, this has been perhaps the single greatest transformation so far in PlaNYC. And it's my great pleasure to thank Mayor Bloomberg for his visionary leadership, doing more for parks than has been done in 75 years. And this is As you look around, too, it's not just that we've made recreational amenities. We've brought them into the 21st century in a very environmentally responsible way. You see these beautiful plantings behind me. You see rugosa rose, those beautiful pink flowers that have a wonderful aroma. There's beach plum. There's various kinds of beach grasses and trees that will grow up and one day provide shade. We could use some of that today. Beautiful playground. If you look at the playground, the safety surface is not the usual black safety surface. It's a very light color, looks like sand or ocean colors. That's an important environmental touch. The light colors reflect the sun rather than absorbing the heat. It's called something called high albedo. It's a little technical term that landscape architects know. Speaking of landscape architects, let me thank Cornell Rothschild Partners, who designed it. Did a fabulous job, especially partner Allison Shipley. And her other partner, Peter Rothschild, is with us here today. And look at that beautiful building there. I urge you, even if the urge doesn't strike, to go inside. It could be the most beautiful public restrooms in the city of New York, not just the tile work outside, but the green tiles inside. Let me thank the parks team that worked on this, in particular our Rockaway administrator, Jill Weber, who's in charge of all the parks out here. And the rest of the team is too long to thank. But I do want to thank people who keep us safe every day out here on the beaches, our two chief lifeguards, Norberto Ferrer and Javier Rodriguez, who are here with us today, and all the men and women in the lifeguards team. And then our community partners. This is not happening without a lot of leadership from the community. And just let me give a special shout out to the students of PSMS 43 who are with us today, with Mr. Fairweather. The Rockaway Ravens Football League, who are using this new synthetic turf field out here. With Dexter Archibald, Jonathan Gasco, the longtime district manager for the Community Board 14. The Rockaway Youth Task Force, the people in the orange shirts, stand up. They're great. Out here cleaning and providing leadership under Milan Taylor. Captain Kevin Maloney, commanding officer of the 101st Precinct. Thank you, Captain. And, of course, the Precinct Community Council, Jean DuPont, the Rockaway Waterfront Alliance, Diane Ferguson from the Precinct Community Council, and Richard George, and the representing the Beachside Bungalow Association. And all we have to do is keep this nice. So help us keep it nice. Lots of opportunities to volunteer. I also want to thank the mayor. In addition to allocating funding for building these parks, they had the foresight to allocate money for staffing the parks. We're going to be hiring a gardener, some other staff to take care of these parks. So we're going to meet you halfway. We'll be there to work, but we really want the community to help us make sure it stays looking as pristine as it does today. This is your park, your tax dollars paid for it, and enjoy. Thanks very much.
Adrian, thank you. I should also point out that David Bragdon of the Office of Long-Term Planning and Sustainability is with us. Next, thanks to Assemblymember Goldfeder. He has delivered the bacon, if you will, pardon the pun, from Albany. He really has somebody who's worked very hard for this community. You want to say a few words?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And he worked for us before, for the administration.
I think the mayor tries to forget about that sometimes, and clearly we're not getting the Rockaway breeze that we're so used to in this neighborhood. But I keep reading that Rockaway is coming back, and I think today I can proudly declare, while there's still a lot of work to be done, Rockaway is back. Rockaway is the waterfront just continues to get developed, and it's the leadership of the mayor, who really the visionary in 2006 and 2007 to look to the future, to say what can we do to ensure the sustainability of this future. And I was proud to work for the mayor at that time, and really great to celebrate it as the local assemblyman representing this community. You know, I was born and raised not too far from here, but right off the beach. And while they did a good job to give us a beachfront park, it wasn't a great job. And I'm proud to say that Commissioner Benepe has done a great job and has given us a great park that not only I can be proud of, but that my children can be proud of. And as I continue to raise them in this community, we want to make sure we're doing everything that we can to ensure that it's not just about us and not just about our children, but the future of this great Rockaway community. And we have a long way to go, but this is a great day, and I'm proud to be here.
Bill, thank you. And James Sanders, our local city councilman, who's made such a difference. We don't do anything in this city without working with the city council. And he's a good example of somebody who really cares about his community.
I thank you very much for that. And visionary is the best word that we can use about our mayor when we look around and see what this has done to a community. That you've taken a community that was on its way back, but you've given it such a boost from our far west, where we had what we call the Raven Park. that football field over there, to the east where we have a skating field where Commissioner Benepe, I challenge you to come skating with me over there. I am perhaps the world's worst skater, and you would look so good before you head out west. I think that this shows that if we work together, all of the people involved, all of you had hope and faith in the Rockaways. You never lost it. You never gave up. You said that this was home, and here was where we made our stand, and we did it. There were some ups and downs along the way. Some misguided folk tried to mess with our park, but in record time, we brought it back. And this is an example of working together with the Parks Department, with our mayor's office, with all of the community organizations, what we can do together. So in spite of the sun being blazing hot, our youth are here. Oh, my goodness, I hope that's water that fell on you, my friend. And I will make the world's shortest speech by saying thank you very much.
Thank you. I also want to point out crime is down. Captain, thank you for all of the work the NYPD does, and all of your men and women, including the woman in shorts. I said, that is an intelligent woman. More of our police officers dressed in shorts. I don't know whether they'd look as good or, but less professional probably, but I thought she was really smart and a nice person and working very hard to keep us safe. Let me just summarize today's announcement for our Spanish-speaking New Yorkers. Hemos terminado la construcción del Parque Rockaway, uno de 8 nuevos parques que estamos creando a través de PlaNYC. El nuevo parque tiene muchas facilidades para familias, como canchas y una arena para patinar. You know what patinar is? Skating.
Oh, my. I should learn it quickly.
Sí, that's good. Será un gran refuerzo y traer a nuevas inversiones para la comunidad. And with that, we'll be happy.